Hey there, everybody. So, final words, final thoughts on this fiasco of the Vigilant Christian. So, look, it's apparent that the Vigilant Christian did some things that he wasn't supposed to do. Sent some pictures he never should have sent. My God, he never should have sent. And he has realized what he's done. He has came out publicly, admitted to what he's done, which he didn't have to do. He didn't owe anybody an explanation. But he did. He went to God about it, asked for forgiveness, and boom, it all should have been over at that point. But it's not. There are people out there who are making countless videos about this guy over and over and over. This guy Carl Winters, he's the one who broke the big story. For some reason, and this guy, he doesn't have a big YouTube page at all. You know, last time I looked at his page, he had like 129 subscribers. Didn't have a whole lot of videos. His videos didn't really get much plays aside from the Vigilant Christian one. That one got the most plays out of all of them. For some reason, this catfish, this person who pretended to be a woman to entrap the Vigilant Christian into sending pictures of himself, made a video and sent it to this Carl guy. He's the one that's got the country accent that talks like this. He's also the one that I exposed for having a porn folder on his computer. Just saying. Haven't heard any of. He hasn't made any videos about his problem with porn. Go figure. Typical Christian thing to do. So, they sent it to this guy. Why would they send it to somebody who only got 100 and something subscribers? And he might have even had less at this point. You know, well, the guy exposed it, got a lot of his plays and stuff, got a lot of people playing his video on there, and since then, he has made a shit ton of videos in regards to the Vigilant Christian. I mean, countless. He's got one that is 8 hours long. 8 hours long. How long does it take to make an 8-hour YouTube video? How long does it take to upload an 8-hour YouTube video? Like, I don't know if the guy's like works or, you know, maybe he doesn't have a job, maybe he's disabled, maybe he is retired, I don't know. But he made an 8-hour long video exposing the Vigilant Christian, and I only watched a few minutes of it and was like, oh my God, does that say 8 hours? That's a full work day. Ain't nobody got time for that. You know, so he's come out with countless videos since then. And now what this clearly is it's no longer the point of exposing a wolf in sheep's clothing. Now it's to the point to where he's trying to get plays. Period. That's all he's trying to do. He's trying to get plays. That's it. That's all the guy wants anymore, is to get views. Because the Vigilant Christian videos that he made took off, and now he's making one after another, because he's trying to build up his page. It has little to nothing to do with Christianity, for the movement, or for Jesus, or anything like that. At this point, it's all about views. Everybody wants to build their YouTube page up. You know? And he still hasn't explained why he had a porn folder. You know? I hope somebody shows him this video. Explain to us, sir, why do you have a porn folder? It's like I exposed you in my video for having it, while you're calling the Vigilant Christian out. You know, for sending naked pictures of himself. Why you got naked pictures and videos of other people on yours? You know? So I'm really starting to think that maybe this was the catfish. This Carl guy was the catfish. Because obviously he's got a deep hatred built up for Mario. He's got a porn folder. The person that was the catfish was sending porn pictures to the Vigilant Christian Mario. So that's my conspiracy theory of the day, is I think that Carl Winters was the catfish. You know, because they just so happened to send it to him. Why would they send it to him? Why wouldn't they send it to a call for an uprising or some of these other big guys? You know, why wouldn't they send it to them? Instead, they sent it to him, and he sent it to them. You know? And apparently he's been, like, talking to all of them. He must talk to every single one of them on email or messenger or something. Because he said in his video, oh, I haven't talked to what's-his-name in forever. Talking about one of the godly brothers. You know, but here's my thing. The Vigilant Christian went to God about it. He came to the people about it, asked for forgiveness. According to him, he's trying to change his ways. In 2019, he's not doing the same stuff he was doing before. So why shouldn't the Christians accept him now? Why do they say he's not a Christian? Because he was doing some sinful things. Because I tell you what, when I was a Christian, I was diehard into it. I was taking preacher classes. Like, you wouldn't find anybody as deep into the Bible as I was. I was hardcore into it. But guess what? I still lived a sinful life. You know, I still was partying and doing drugs and having sex outside of wedlock. Like, I was doing a lot of that because that has been what I was doing basically my entire adult life. But then I found Jesus, and it changed my way of thinking. It changed my way of viewing people. It changed my way of viewing the world, the universe, everything. It changed me, and it opened the door to spiritual things for me. Because really, I was more agnostic, atheist almost, where I was just like, maybe there's a God, maybe there's not. I didn't really care if there was or wasn't. You know, he's not paying attention to me is how I thought, you know. But I was a Christian. You know, I was baptized. I was born again. Like, whatever you want to say. It's just, I still had my vices. I still had my flaws. And that's the same thing that happened to Mario. So he followed the Bible. He did what he was supposed to do, according to Scripture. And these people still can't accept it. Lord, forgive me. Okay, guys, I got problems. Please forgive me. Oh, hell no! You're going to hell! Burn the witch! Burn him! That's what you guys are doing. You know? And it's just funny. And this is one of the reasons that I ran away from Christianity. Is because of the people. It's because there's people like this in Christianity who put themselves up on a high and mighty, holier than thou pedestal, when really they're no different. You know, they cherry pick through the Bible to apply certain laws that they follow in their life, but then they leave out the other ones. You know, because the Bible says all kinds of stuff, like, you know, you're not even supposed to eat, like, seafood or something, like, you're not supposed to shave, like, there's a lot of stuff in the law that we do every single day that we've moved past to realize that, you know, we can be forgiven for this. Not even that big of a deal anymore with this. You know, and it's these literalists that do it. These ones who take the Bible literal, word for cover to cover. Everything is what it says it is. You know, but they cherry pick through to apply certain parts of their life to it. And then they point the finger at other people when they're committing sins that they don't commit. You know, you can't do that. Look, you're either going to be 100% Christian or not at all. And until these literalists get out of the way and wake up and realize that the Bible is not supposed to be taken literal like that, you guys are ruining Christianity. You're destroying it. You're pushing people away. You know, the way that they are treating this Vigilant Christian dude is disgusting, really. It's not very Christian-like at all. It reminds me of, like, the burning times. That's what this reminds me of. It does not seem loving at all. You know, and now it's to the point to where it's a bunch of little YouTubers that are doing it now because they're trying to rack up plays. Because they want to get monetized. That's everybody's goal on YouTube, is to get monetized. They could say, well, I could have accepted donations, but I turned them down. No, shut up, dude. You got 129 subscribers. Nobody's donating nothing to you. Donating to you for what? For making Vigilant Christian Mario videos? Like, come on now. You didn't turn nothing down. That's why you keep coming out with new videos every day, because you're trying to rack up your subscribers so that way you can get to that 100,000 marker or whatever it is to where you can get monetized. That's what it's about. It's about money with these Christian truthers. You know, you guys have turned into the same exact type of people who were in the temple when Jesus went and flipped the tables. Well, if Jesus was here right now, he'd be flipping your computers and telling you, stay off the internet. You guys are ruining the church. Yeah, I met one real Christian my entire life. One. And he was a pastor. Pastor Vince at Victory Baptist Temple. Nicest man I've ever met in my life. So loving, just love radiated off of this guy. He was King James only. He was by the book. He was great. He was an amazing person. He was a true Christian. Other than that, the other people that were in the congregation were all fake as hell. They were all living double lives. So, that's what I hated. Is like, it's clear that you're not who you are portraying yourself to be every Sunday and every Wednesday. You're not. So why are you going around pointing your finger at everybody else, condemning everybody else, when you're not even who you're trying to pretend to be? And I seen that in all the different churches that I tried. I went to non-denominationals. I went to a bunch of different churches, and I always found the same thing: a bunch of liars and a bunch of self-righteous douchebags is what I kept finding. Church after church after church. So then I tried to do my own church. Tried to have my own thing. I had my little group of friends, and we all studied the Bible, you know, and then we'd get high as hell afterwards and during, you know, but we truly was into it. So to sit there and point the finger at somebody and say you're not a real Christian because you're not living a holy life, guess what? Nobody's living a holy life. You know, like when Jesus said, when they were about to stone that woman, he who is without sin cast the first stone. Nobody could cast the stone. He didn't say he who hasn't committed adultery like this woman cast the first stone. He said he who is without sin. So sin is a sin in the eyes of God. And every Christian, especially these fundamentalists, these KJV fundamentalists, will be the first one to say, I sin every day. I sin every day, but by the grace of God I've been saved. Well, guess what? A sin is a sin, right? So why are you judging this man for his sins? But the Bible says that we can judge righteously. That doesn't even make any sense. Why would Jesus take the time to say, he who is without sin cast the first stone? Because they were persecuting a fellow Jew for a mistake that she had made. Just like you guys are persecuting a fellow Christian for a mistake that he made. See, that's what I hate, is they'll interpret it to justify what they're doing. And then it's okay. You know, but then if it's something that they're doing themselves, and somebody calls them out on it, or they find out somebody else is doing it, oh, well, I'm not one to judge. Only God can judge me. Only God can judge you. You know, it's just fake. The fakery is real within the Christian church, and you guys are destroying the whole fabric of it. Until people learn to stop taking it 100% literal and see it for the symbolic message, underlining message of love behind it, you're never really going to truly understand it, for one. And for two, it's never going to go anywhere. Christianity is going to die off, and it's going to be a thing of the past. That's it. Like, Christians are going to have to change their way of thinking and change their way of interpretation in order to hold it together in this new age that is coming. It's here. You're entering into an age of spiritual realness, and into an age of mysticism, into an age of spirituality, into an age of elevating consciousness. And Christians are going to have to get with it, or they're going to die off. You know, they're praying that the persecution comes to where all these New Agers are going to gather together and chop their heads off. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's just you're going to lose supporters. And the little few fundamentalists that you got right now are all going to grow old. Their kids are going to rebel against them. And it's eventually slowly going to die off to where there's not even going to be churches anymore. People will be gathering, having Christian fundamentalist gatherings in their basement, and that's it. If you guys truly want to save Christianity, you're going to have to start looking inside yourselves and say, what is it that we're doing wrong? Because there's a lot of stuff that you're doing wrong. You cannot be these huge hypocrites like you are. You know, the Vigilant Christian Mario is a Christian, regardless of what you want to say. He's a Christian who has issues, that made mistakes, that had problems. It is what it is. It is what it is. He doesn't deserve to be constantly condemned. He doesn't deserve to have video after video after video made about him every single day, because we all know what those videos are really about anymore. He's been exposed. It doesn't say expose a wolf in sheep's clothing every day. It says expose the wolves. It says expose people like this, but it doesn't say expose the wolf, then skin the wolf, then stab the wolf repeatedly, and then catch it on fire, and then beat it into a bloody, ashy pulp every day, so God can put it back together and then you can do it again. Like, that's not what it says to do. It says expose them. And when you're dealing with fellow Christians, you can't approach them with hate in your heart. You're supposed to approach them with love in your heart. And even that's what he's even said that. And people are like, oh, no, he's just fake. Now he's a Satanist. He's part of the Illuminati. Like, it's ridiculous what you guys are doing to this dude. And you all should be ashamed of yourselves, for real. You know, you remind me every day more and more of why I walked away from the Christian church. And I'll be honest, where I'm at now in my spiritual life, I've never been more close to God ever in my life than I am right now. Because I didn't stop here. I went above. Christians are too afraid. They've got to stop here. They won't go any higher because they're afraid that they're going to go to hell if they try to go any higher than where they're at right now. Because they turn the blinders on and they say, it's only the Bible, it's only the Bible, cover to cover, literal, 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 literal. When it was never written to mean that, and it was never supposed to be like that at all. It got turned into a religion of control by the Roman Catholic Church, who all of you guys expose all the time, but yet you still follow the same structure that was built by the Roman Catholic Church. It's a control thing. It's a control thing. And you guys will never understand that. You know, so I don't know. I really don't know what else to say. I just know that y'all need a lot of work, man. Y'all need a lot of work. Y'all need to let go of the whole Christian Vigilant Mario thing and move on to something else. You know, move on to something else. So, that's all I got for this video. I'll talk with y'all later. Peace out.